'Tis the time of year for giving, not only holiday giving, but charitable giving to the organizations that are making an impact. In this video, I am going to share with you my favorite charitable organizations to support right now. You will learn about the best nonprofits to donate to in 2020 for safer products, for cleaner beauty, and for climate change prevention. Those that promote environmental justice and protect our rights to healthy food, clean water, clean air, and so much more. These are organizations that reflect my values and the values of this natural living community. By the end of the video, you will learn about my top 10 organizations, what they are working on, and why you should support them today. Hi friends, I'm Zanana Rose. I'm a nurse and health expert, and this is Natural Living with Zanana, where I share information, tips, and product reviews to help you live a more natural, healthy, sustainable, and non-toxic lifestyle. Welcome if this is your first time here. We're so happy to have you in this community. This is a super exciting episode. I've been working over the last couple of months to bring this valuable information to you. We are talking about charitable organizations, social causes that have values that are synonymous with the values here in this natural living community. So first off, let's talk about how we decide to donate to a charitable organization. Well, there are lots of things that you want to weigh when you're looking for an organization to support. The biggest one is the impact. What impact does that charitable organization have on the community, the world, the people that it is serving? That is what defines how well a charitable organization is doing. There are several different organizations out there that actually rate charitable organizations, and in order to prepare this video for you, I looked at a couple of those organizations. The first one I looked at was GuideStar. GuideStar basically rates an organization's level of transparency. So you can look at GuideStar to determine how much an organization is sharing, how forthright they're being about their financials, and the impact that they're having with their social cause. The levels go from bronze to platinum, sort of like the Olympics. So platinum obviously is the highest level. Once an organization reaches platinum status, you can actually see all the statistics right there in front of you about the impact that the organization is creating by highlighting their progress and their results. The other rating system that I chose to look at is Charity Navigator. Charity Navigator actually has two rating systems. One is a star system, and I believe that that's their older system, and now they're moving into an Encompass rating system. The Encompass rating system gives all of the organizations a number. A good organization is rated a 75 or higher. And then, like we said before, there's the star rating system, which is basically 1 to 4. A rating of 4 stars tells us that the organization exceeds industry standards and outperforms most charities in its cause. I will put a link to both of these organizations, GuideStar and Charity Navigator, in the description. So if you want to look into this further, feel free to check that out, and you can get all of the information on their websites. I am going to mention the rating that each of these organizations receives in both GuideStar and Charity Navigator as I'm going through my list. So now it's time to get started with the first organization. The first organization is Northwest Mother's Milk Bank, and this is an organization that is near and dear to my heart. I have been involved with them since before they even opened, which was in 2013, I believe. And this year, super exciting, I actually became a board member of the Northwest Mother's Milk Bank. My background as a labor and delivery nurse and my lactation consultant certification is a perfect fit for supporting this organization. So obviously it's been a blessing and an honor to be able to participate and to support such an amazing organization.
The mission of Northwest Mother's Milk Bank is to improve the health and survival of the Northwest's most vulnerable babies. They are proud to be the only not-for-profit milk bank in the Pacific Northwest. They screen, pasteurize, and distribute safe donor milk by prescription to infants when their own mother's milk is not available. When a mother's milk is not 100% available, donor human milk is the next best option for health and survival. For preterm or otherwise vulnerable infants, donor milk provides essential nutrients, calories, and antibodies. And Northwest Mother's Milk Bank ensures a safe source of donor human milk available to all hospitals in the Pacific Northwest. Northwest Mother's Milk Bank believes that every baby deserves equitable access to human milk, and COVID-19 has had a big impact on Evie's Fund. So that is where you come in. What can you do to help? Well, there are many things that you can do, but one of them is to donate funds. COVID-19 has had a big impact on Evie's Fund. The economic impact of COVID-19 has led to a 30% increase in requests to the community care program Evie's Fund. Babies continue to be born during the pandemic, and Northwest Mother's Milk Bank wants to ensure that the processing fee is never the reason a baby goes without the milk they need to thrive. So supporting and giving to Evie's Fund is a way that you can make sure that every baby has access to human milk. Northwest Mother's Milk Bank is having such an impact on these most vulnerable babies. They actually recently crossed 1.9 million ounces of milk distributed. That is quite an impact, guys. And that is why I'm supporting Northwest Mother's Milk Bank and why I'm including it on this list. If you do feel moved and you would like to donate to Northwest Mother's Milk Bank, then just follow the link in the description and it will lead you to this page here. This is the Natural Living with Zanana fundraising page, and there's a donate button right here so that you can donate simply and easily. Again, you'll find the link to this page in the video description.
The Northwest Mother's Milk Bank has a bronze rating on GuideStar and a 75 Encompass rating on Charity Navigator. The next organization is Breast Cancer Prevention Partners. They have a platinum level on and 2 stars on Charity Navigator. I don't know why they would have platinum status on GuideStar and only 2 stars on Charity Navigator, but maybe they just have outdated information or something. They need to update that, but clearly it is a very strong organization.
Breast Cancer Prevention Partners works to prevent breast cancer by eliminating our exposure to toxic chemicals and radiation linked to the disease. 1 in 8 women in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. And there is a definitive body of scientific evidence that links breast cancer to chemicals in our everyday environment. Chemicals in our food, products, air, and water. This is what we talk about on Natural Living with Zanana all the time. And due to weak federal regulation, few chemicals have been tested for their effects on our health, and companies can hide the identity and negative health impacts of chemicals they put in their products. So Breast Cancer Prevention Partners works to reduce the incidence of breast cancer by preventing the disease from occurring in the first place. Their focuses include access to safer consumer products, clean air and water, healthy foods, and safe workplaces and communities. They work towards systemic change by educating and motivating the public to take action to demand that businesses and government leaders produce safe products and implement true health protective policies. In fact, they recently came out with this Paths to Prevention landmark agenda to reduce breast cancer rates. It's a California action plan, and I think it's going to have a powerful impact. So you can take a peek at the plan here. Also, Breast Cancer Prevention Partners offers these lovely Change Makers chat, and they are California based, but a lot of what happens in California has an impact on what happens across the country. So the upcoming Changemakers chat is all about PFAS and these forever chemicals that are used in fighting fires, and also they are the chemicals that are in our non-stick pans. So they're talking about these chemicals in the upcoming chat. So this is something that you can be a part of if you are interested in learning more about this sort of thing. And even though the focus is on breast cancer here with Breast Cancer Prevention Partners, their impact reaches far beyond this disease alone. The chemicals that they seek to remove are frequently linked to a multitude of health issues impacting millions of people, as you can see here with their work on the PFAS chemicals and talking about what we need to do about these forever chemicals and their presence in our environment. Here is some information about some of their victories and the impact that they are actually having. 3 bills have been passed recently in California that protect our health and prevent breast cancer. You can read more about those here. One of the big reasons that I love to support Breast Cancer Prevention Partners is because of their work around personal care products and their campaign for safe cosmetics. The campaign for safe cosmetics is a project of Breast Cancer Prevention Partners. For 25 years, they have been the leading science-based policy and advocacy organization working to prevent breast cancer by eliminating our exposure to toxic chemicals and radiation. They're working on encouraging Johnson & Johnson to stop selling toxic talc-based baby powders and many other initiatives, including around fragrance, which is so important, and we talk a lot about this at Natural Living as well. Since 2004, the Campaign for Safe Cosmetics has been putting pressure on the cosmetics industry to make safer products. Through public education and engagement, corporate accountability, and sustainability campaigns, and legislative advocacy designed to eliminate these dangerous chemicals, which are clearly linked to adverse health impacts from cosmetics and personal care products. They are working to protect the health of consumers just like us. So that is why it's important to me to support this organization and Breast Cancer Prevention Partners at the Campaign for Safe Cosmetics or right through the Breast Cancer Prevention Partners website.
Nonprofit number 3 is Made Safe. Made Safe is a program of non-toxic, which is the actual nonprofit. So when you look it up on GuideStar, it's actually under the nonprofit organization Non-Toxic. And Non-Toxic is a bronze level on GuideStar, and they are not yet rated on Charity Navigator because it is actually a relatively new organization.
Made Safe provides America's first comprehensive human health and ecosystem-focused certification program for non-toxic products across store aisles, from baby to personal care to household and beyond. Look at all these products here that they certify. Their goal is to change the way products are made in this country to ultimately eliminate the use of toxic chemicals altogether. They make it easy for people to find and buy products made without known toxic chemicals. And they give companies a roadmap for making safe products. In addition, they make it easy for retailers to select products that aren't known to cause harm. So that helps us out when we are shopping, because if we see the Made Safe seal, then we know that a product was made with safe ingredients and has no toxic chemicals known to harm our health. It's fantastic, guys. They have this healthy pregnancy guide, and like we said, an easy way to find products that we are looking for. Fragrance-free, household products, personal care products, bedding, baby and child, and even apparel. This is a great new organization that is out there and could certainly use our help to continue this fantastic work certifying products, making it easier for us to know what to buy.
Charity number 4 is EWG, which is Environmental Working Group. I talk about environmental working group so much on Natural Living with Sanana. I'm sure you've heard me mention it before. It's definitely a very important organization to this channel. They've been around since 1993, so they clearly have a platinum status on GuideStar. And they also have 4 stars on Charity Navigator. Very, very reputable organization.
EWG is one of my favorites. It was founded in 1993, and the mission of the Environmental Working Group is to use the power of public information to protect public health and the environment. And EWG works in the area of food. It works in the area of cosmetics and also cleaners. And one of the sites that I am using on a regular basis is Skin Deep. It provides a huge database that I use almost daily to look up ingredients and products. It's the most comprehensive and science-based out there. They do all the research and give us the practical information we can use to protect ourselves, our families, and our communities. They also have the EWG Verified program, which marks products that we know we can trust. They've got personal care products that are verified, and they've got household products that are verified. Dishwasher tablets. I've totally been looking for good dishwasher tablets, so I'm gonna have to check this one out. EWG's got a couple of really great programs right now. If you donate now, you can get this EWG Verified Clean Beauty Holiday Pack. So with a donation of $125 or more, you'll get this really cool pack of clean beauty items. Super awesome, guys. Obviously, quantities are limited, so you definitely want to make your donation sooner than later. And if clean beauty is not necessarily your thing, they've got this Sustainable Swaps pack, and you can get yours with a donation of $135. Think this is going to be more household and kitchen items. Look, they've got a stasher. It looks like they've got a cookbook, some cleaning tools, and all sorts of things. So great incentives to encourage us to give to EWG.
Next up is Corporate Accountability Project. This is an organization that Chris and I have been donating to and following for several years now. We've just started to get a little bit more involved in supporting this important organization. They are rated bronze on GuideStar, and they have 3 stars on Charity Navigator. They've got some really, really important causes that they're working on right now, and I'm so excited to tell you all about them. So let's jump on over to their website and I'll walk you through it.
Corporate accountability stops transnational corporations from devastating democracy, trampling human rights, and destroying our planet. They are building a world rooted in justice where corporations answer to people, not the other way around. A world where every person has access to clean water, healthy food, and safe places to live, and the opportunity to reach their full human potential. So they have 5 pillars that they are working on: water, climate, food, tobacco, and democracy. I first heard about the work that corporate accountability was doing when I was in nursing school and became aware of what Nestle was doing in third world countries. Nestle was marketing infant formula in a way that was basically killing infants across the global south. So this was some of the earlier work that corporate accountability was doing to force some of the most powerful transnational corporations to stop abusive practices, bringing about transformative change. Because of their work, Nestle made sweeping changes to infant formula promotion that was killing infants across the global south. And right now, corporate accountability is actually partnering with Flint Rising. They've been partnering with Flint Rising for the last 5 years, working with them on the Flint water crisis. On Giving Tuesday, they actually are offering a triple match So your gift would be tripled on that day, which is a super cool way to put your resources behind a larger movement and have a bigger impact towards helping everybody in Flint get safe, clean drinking water. Very, very important and very good cause. Now, the other thing that I thought was really fascinating is this food campaign that Corporate Accountability is working on. Their food campaign demands that McDonald's and other giant food corporations end their abuses from seed to plate. They're organizing to champion children's health, support workers' rights, and protect the environment. So this is amazing, guys. Someone is finally working towards how junk food marketers target our kids and the impact that junk food is having on our food system. The role that companies like McDonald's and Coca-Cola are playing in our totally broken food system. This is so important, guys. Not to mention the work that Corporate Accountability does with big tobacco, in addition to all these other amazing causes. So a donation to Corporate Accountability would be super amazing, and your gifts are matched dollar for dollar before December 31st, and again on Giving Tuesday. There is a triple match offer. So mark your calendars and definitely support this really great organization.
Nonprofit number 6 is Food and Water Watch. Just by the title, you can tell that it's such a good match for this channel and the natural living community. They are at the gold level on GuideStar, and they have 3 stars on Charity Navigator.
Food and Water Watch advocates for common sense policies that will result in healthy, safe, and sustainably produced food, access to clean water that is managed in the public interest, and a climate that future generations can depend on. So we just were talking about clean water with Corporate Accountability, and Food and Water Watch is another organization that works to promote clean water and ban shutoffs. Looks like that's something that they're working on right now. Water access is so critical for public health, and everybody needs to be able to wash their hands, clearly. So they've been working on water shutoffs that are happening, and they're working on so many other important causes. They're working in local communities, advocating for fair policies, taking legal actions, and investigating the issues. They're looking for our help to fix these broken systems and stand up against corporate control. And if we scroll down here, there's a way that you can actually get active in your community. And at the very bottom, there is a section that says Our Impact. And this is exactly what we want to see. What is Food and Water Watch doing? So here's a list of their victories. They have been working on water systems and keeping them out of private corporations. They're working on fracking and preventing new fossil fuel projects. They're working on the PFAS situation and even food safety. They're working on moratoriums on factory farms and ensuring food safety protections for all of us. Here's information about Monsanto and so much more, you guys. So you can get involved today by taking action to support Food and Water Watch, either financially or in so many other ways. Here is the Donate Now button, where you can join Food and Water Watch in their impact to fight against the attacks on our food, water, and climate. Chris and I will certainly be supporting them this year as well.
Number 7 is Union of Concerned Scientists. Now, this is another organization that has been around for a really long time. It might be the oldest organization here on the list. It was founded in 1969, which is actually when I was born. So it's the same age as me. They are celebrating 50 years of science and action. And of course, with this much experience and this much impact, they are platinum on GuideStar and have 4 stars on Charity Navigator.
The Union of Concerned Scientists puts science into action to build a healthier planet and a safer world. They put rigorous, independent science to work to solve our planet's most pressing problems. Here are some of the things that they've been working on. And the way that they do this is to research the world's most pressing issues, fight misinformation and defend science, communicate with the media, the public, and decision makers, and mobilize our 500,000 supporters to advocate for change. That's us, guys. And here is a section down here that talks about their accomplishments. But what really stands out for me with Union of Concerned Scientists, up here they list the different areas that they're working on: climate, energy, transportation, nuclear weapons, science and democracy. But like I said, what really stands out for me is the food section and their work in the area of food and farms and actions to fix our unhealthy food system. We've got sustainable agriculture over here, healthy food for all, food justice, and food solutions. So let's just click on sustainable agriculture and we can see what is going on there. This is so important right now, guys, because a lot of what is happening with our food system and farming system is a result of unsustainable agriculture and the way that we are farming and raising livestock these days. So anyway, I think this is a really, really important reason to support Union of Concerned Scientists. Look at this, restoring soil health. They're just doing so much work in this area. Building climate resilience, so important right now. And then down here at the bottom, we can see where we can donate to support Union of Concerned Scientists, another one of my favorite organizations to support this year.
Charity number 8 is NRDC, which stands for Natural Resources Defense Council.
So we've just got a couple more organizations here to talk about, but before we start talking about the Natural Resources Defense Council, I just want to remind you that if you are finding this video helpful and valuable to you, then definitely hit the like button. Be sure to share it with anyone who you think might be interested in this information, and be sure to subscribe and click the little bell so that you get notified about upcoming episodes. We talk a lot about these issues here and how you can have an impact in the areas of product safety. We vote with our dollars, guys. So the products that we're buying, the things that we are purchasing, tell these companies what we want more of and what we don't want. So there's so many ways to take action. One of them is supporting these organizations, and another is in the way that you shop, in the way that you consume, and the companies and corporations you support. So now let's talk about another one of my favorite organizations, one that we've been supporting for a long time, and that is the National Resources Defense Council. Since 1970, NRDC has worked to ensure the rights of all people, to clean water, clean air, and healthy communities. Their purpose is to safeguard the earth, its people, its plants and animals, and the natural systems on which all life depends. They strive to protect nature in ways that advance the long-term welfare of present and future generations. They work to foster the fundamental right of all people to have a voice in decisions that affect their environment. And these are around areas of climate change, communities, energy, food, health, oceans, water, and the wild. They seek to break down the pattern of disproportionate environmental burdens borne by people of color and others who face social and economic inequities. And here we can see the impact that NRDC has had. These are a lot of larger organizations, and I think supporting smaller organizations is great, and also the larger organizations, because sometimes when we're supporting these larger organizations, it really allows them to have a bigger impact because they've got a large company, a lot of resources to be able to make change, create change in our world. So that's why I think it's good to have a really good mix of some of the larger and smaller organizations. NRDC has helped pass our nation's bedrock environmental laws, ensured those laws are enforced, and held polluters accountable. And they've got 50 years of wins to show for it. They're basically using the law to protect us. Ultimately, NRDC strives to help create a new way of life for humankind, one that can be sustained indefinitely without fouling or depleting the resources that support all life on Earth. Their current programs are working in the area of global warming and creating a clean future. They're working on reviving the world's oceans, defending endangered wildlife and wild places, and most importantly to me, I love to look at the area of health and how they are protecting our health by preventing pollution. So look at this here, guys. Getting rid of toxic chemicals in our environment, in the food we eat, the air we breathe, the water we drink, and the products we buy. This helps protect the health of millions of people. So there's just so much information here about what the NRDC is doing to compensate for the failures that the EPA and the FDA have had to protect American workers and children from dangerous chemicals, toxic chemicals, protecting communities, safe food, safe drinking water. All of this is so important, and this is why I am supporting NRDC and wanted to share NRDC with you today. So here is the donate button. We can click on that. Support the amazing work that NRDC is doing on the front lines every day, waging these fierce courtroom battles and hard-hitting campaigns in defense of our climate, public health, wildlife, and wild places. So important to support NRDC today.
Number 9 is GreenPeace. GreenPeace has been around for 40 years and they have a silver status on GuideStar and 3 stars on Charity Navigator.
Next up is GreenPeace. GreenPeace is another organization that has been around for a long time. They've been working hard for 40 years, and they are the leading independent campaign organization that uses peaceful direct action and creative communication to expose global environmental problems and to promote solutions that are essential to a green and peaceful future. They've got 4 pillars that they are working on: ending the climate crisis, protecting the oceans, defending democracy, and protecting forests. And look at this, even Jane Fonda is behind GreenPeace. I totally want to watch this little video here with Jane Fonda. Isn't she beautiful? She's just such an amazing role model, and I totally love her. So here it talks about their work, and you can view what they are working on right here. And here's another one: stop the war on Black lives. We need to dismantle the systems that exploit people and planet, and a core part of that is fighting for justice every single day. I'm sure that is an excellent post. The issues that they are working on right now that are important to me, we can see them right up here in the issues section. Here it lists all of their issues. So what stands out for me, and the reason that I am really interested in supporting them, is their work on fighting plastic pollution, their work on environmental justice, like we were just talking about, and all of their work on ensuring sustainable seafood. This is so important, guys. And you can just get more information by clicking through to each one of these, and it talks all about what they're doing in each of these areas. You can sign petitions and get behind them in so many different ways. U.S. plastic pollution is causing environmental problems. Look at that, guys. So this is definitely an organization that we are supporting this year and that I wanted to bring to your attention. You can donate right here to support GreenPeace and all the fantastic actions that they are taking to fight for our environment in so many different ways, to fight for our health and to fight pollution.
Last but not least, number 10 on the list is Animal Legal Defense Fund. Of course, we have to end our list with the animals. We can't forget the animals. They are so important to us and very near and dear to our hearts. Animal Legal Defense Fund is platinum on GuideStar and has 4 stars on Charity Navigator.
Animal Legal Defense Fund is working to end animal cruelty. We do this by protecting the lives and advancing the interests of animals through the legal system. another great organization using the law to make change. And like I said before, we love our furry little animal friends. And you see my little friend Sadie in my videos often because she'll be tiptoeing by while I'm making the videos. So like I said, this is an important organization and I just had to include it. Doing so much work. I mean, look at this. Tell Craigslist to ban animal sales and posts. They are just the legal voice for all animals, and they're working in these areas for animals used in research, captive animals, companion animals, farmed animals, and wildlife. They're creating white papers that offer policy recommendations to combat zoonotic diseases and pandemic risk from factory farming. Oh my goodness, you guys, this is important. And look at those cute little pigs. Look at the pigs. So sweet. But the reason that I'm adding this organization to this list and why it's such a great fit for the natural living community, because of their work around factory farming. Look at this. Lawsuits filed after investigation exposes at Dairy Farms of America supplier. Oh my goodness, you guys. And if we just go up here to the farmed animals section, we can see all the work that they are doing in this area. There are an estimated 9 billion animals raised and killed for food every year. And I eat meat, you guys. I'm not sure about you. Some of you may and some of you may not. But this is an important issue for me, and certainly a reason why it's very important to make sure that you know where the meat that you are eating is coming from. Many of the animals on these farms are subjected to near unimaginable cruelty, much of which is perfectly legal under the current law. And despite the vast numbers and severity of abuse they suffer, farmed animals receive only minimal protections by our current legal system. And here's a list. Farmed animals raised for the meat, dairy, and egg industries are among the most abused in the U.S. Investigations and industry whistleblowers have revealed abuses on farms and in slaughterhouses so horrific most people cannot even bear to witness them. That's just crazy, guys, and that really needs to stop. Look, here's more information about foie gras and the work that they're doing to investigate, document, and publicize corporate agriculture's abuses. Oh my goodness, so many reasons to support Animal Legal Defense Fund. Here's the information about what you can do. There's a bill that they're putting out there that you can sign, and of course, we can take action now by donating to protect these animals. Donate to protect the pigs, donate to protect the dogs. So much great work they're doing here since 1979 at Animal Legal Defense Fund. Oh, and I wanted to show you one more thing. I did see that on Giving Tuesday, they are matching all donations. So your gift actually doubles to fight animal cruelty and save lives. For all gifts matched up to $65,000. So Giving Tuesday will be a great day to give to Animal Legal Defense Fund, as well as so many of the other organizations that we mentioned here.
So that's it. That's our list for today. Those are my favorite charitable organizations to donate to this year in 2020 right now. I hope you enjoyed hearing all of the amazing information about the impact that these social causes are having. I hope that you jump off of YouTube right now and go to some of these organizations and put your donations to work, because these organizations need our support to make our planet, our communities, a better place to live, a better world that is healthier for all of us. One last thing before I go, I want to tell you about Willamette Week's Give Guide. If you are here in Portland, in the Portland area, Give Guide is happening right now. Northwest Mother's Milk Bank is a part of Give Guide, and there are lots of other great organizations here local to the Portland area. So be sure to check that out as well. So that's it for now, friends. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give it a like, a little thumbs up, really helps me out here on my channel. And if you enjoyed this list and the information that I shared with you here, make sure to subscribe and click the little bell so that you get notified of every single episode. I look forward to seeing you here again. I wish you a very happy holiday, and make sure you get out there and donate. Giving Tuesday is coming right up. It's the perfect day to give, and I will look forward to seeing you again very soon. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.